Okay, so we're doing the maiden test ride of the new Tokico caliper with the bracket from Bigballsofpaint on Ninjette forum, and lever feels nice and firm. Looking forward to it. Pads are totally new, so that'll be a little trick. Stopping pretty nice so far. It's a decent day. Not too warm yet. The cloud cover's still in effect. It'll stick around for a little while, so should have plenty of time to run around and help break in the pads. It says 300 miles, which seems kind of high on their website. But we'll give them a good thrashing. And make sure how well they actually stop the bike. 10.448, so 300 would be 10.748. That would be a long time from now, unless I really put a lot of miles on the bike to wear the pads in properly and whatever. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, that's aggressive. It's stopping pretty quick. Lever feels good. Gotta be a little careful when I do my downshifts, because I normally involve a little bit of braking in that, because that's why I'm downshifting most of the time, and it seems to bite quick when I downshift. So I gotta be a little softer on the pedal, or the grip, when I do that. It's a green gas tank. That's weird. That's cool, I can look right down and see it. Didn't think about that before. Can't see the pads, but can see the disc just barely. Everything seems good. I'm not using the full brake brackets to get maximum brake line clearance, but I already wasn't using them because of the stainless steel brake line. So, everything seems just as good as it did when I put the stainless line on. Plenty of clearance. Corners seem okay. No binding left or right. Length is the biggest concern, but it looks like I'm alright with the bracket missing in the bottom and the upper bracket kind of sort of used. So everything looks good so far. This is a successful mod, I think. The bracket calls a little bit of attention to something different down there, but it's not super bold or colorful or anything I have to worry about. It's aluminum, so shouldn't have any problems with rust or anything like that. There's no threads in it, it's just adjustments and offsets, so it should be good. But are we ready for the freeway? I mean, you don't brake much on the freeway unless you need to brake, and then when you need to brake, you really need to brake. A small canyon bit before we head back.
So you might wonder about the audio change. Unfortunately, I lost the audio on this segment. Another little glitch with the mic cable. Got to be more careful when I'm changing batteries, I guess. So I tried to provide a mix of scenes where I did some braking and used the new brakes to slow myself down. Like coming into here, I used the brakes lightly just to set the bike up, and then I came through the corner again. And give you a little idea of some of the other places, like coming into this corner. Again, I had to use a little bit of braking just to set the bike up, and then I was good to go again. So one of the things I found with the new Caliper is the control and modulation of the brakes has gone up quite a bit. Like braking right here, I could use just a little bit of brake and control how much braking I was using instead of having to pull quite a bit and have that slightly delayed two-pot reaction where it's really kind of all or nothing. You know, you don't feel like you have as much range braking values, and the 4-pot caliper just gives you that extra range because both sides, both pads come into contact with the disc almost as soon as you start pulling on the brakes, and you have the ability to kind of control how heavily. Like here, it's a nice good braking zone just to set the bike up again, and you know, you can kind of feel that extra control that the 4-pot caliper gives you. Because of the 2-pot caliper, you know, one pad comes into contact with the disc, and then the other pad is pulled into contact with the disc, and then you have the ability to start trying to control how much contact. And as soon as you start letting off, the other pad kind of pops off, and then you've got no contact again. So with the 4-piston caliper, you have that ability to kind of bring it in contact and bring it more in contact and ease it off a little bit without losing all your contact. And that's what I was starting to feel. Even though these pads are still pretty new, I could feel that difference where the pads were helping you slow down, but helping you slow down gradually. And you could do that late braking kind of thing where you let go a little bit, and then you can bring it back in as necessary. So I really like the different feel to the caliper, and I think it worked really well. And here I am coming into Newcomb's Wrench, and it looks like there's a couple of clothing companies up there. Aether Apparel was one of them. They do a lot of adventure gear, a lot of textile gear. Not exactly the kind of stuff I generally wear too much of, though on hot days my full mesh jacket is all textile. But yeah, as you can see, it was very crowded this weekend because of the apparel companies, and there's another one down at the end there, I don't remember their name. But otherwise it was kind of neat, and there was a lot of people there. So this is probably one of the most crowded weekends I've ever seen.
Alright, so I found a friend of mine who has a Honda CBR 1000RR, and unfortunately, one of his first times here, he ran onto a rock. Another rider kicked it right in front of his tire, and there it is. Ooh, tire's holding there, and I'm gonna try to follow him down the hill, make sure it's safe. So, guess we'll see how it goes. I kept telling him to come up here to Angeles Crest. All the bikes that come here and everything. He was on a little group ride. But that tire, that does not look safe.
You love it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Fucking beautiful bike.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was flying up here this morning. You know, I've done a few things, you know, clip-ons and all kinds of things to make it even more racy. But yeah, it's a lot of fun on here. You know, you don't need the straight line speed. You got the corner speed, you know?
Who gives a fuck about the straight line speed?
Yeah. No, it's great. Thanks. I love the way this looks. The white, it's a great color for this thing.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
You should take that to the track. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it's on the plan.
Okay.
Definitely, I think I've got everything I could do to modify it now. So it's pretty much, that's the next step. Go to the track and modify it myself.
Amazing. My wife used to have a very old Ninja 250, and they were very upright.
Yeah.
Really ninja, you know the way it's supposed to be a race bike. And then they brought this out, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah. And I've got the clip-ons and the rear sets, so now it's even more racier.
Yeah.
And all that, so.
It weighs nothing.
Yeah, it's really lightweight. So it's a lot of fun out here.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I envy you.
Thanks.
Be careful, right?
Yeah, I gotta follow him down. He hit a rock, so gotta be careful at his bike. He bent the rim. Yeah, we'll be safe. You guys too.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I've been watching him. You can see the bend. The tire seems okay. Going straight at least. It's holding air. Go on. Rain. Got my cameras out. My GoPro is not exactly sealed because of the microphone. So you feeling okay about it? There's a bump right here. It's not as bad as it used to be. You gonna be okay? Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't turn when I brake, it does focus.
It looks like it's slightly low on air. You've lost a little bit. So, but you said foothill's like right there, right? And then you can just coast pretty much. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Well, you good luck out there, man, and I'll see you Thursday. Yeah. Glad I could help.
All right, man.
Thanks.